Track 7, Flying Pickets, Only You, reached number 1. In an interview for The Guardian, David Brett said, I saw Yazoo on TV being asked what they thought of our version. And Vince Clarke, the songwriter, said he loved it. Alison Moyet absolutely hated it. She said, ours got to number 2, and then this other lot came along and blew us out of the water. Rick Lloyd, a singer from Flying Picket, said, somebody told us that Only You was Margaret Thatcher's favourite record. The following year, the miners' strike happened and the media cottoned on to what Flying Pickets were, groups of people who travelled from other workplaces to participate in industrial action, and they said it was funny and pretty subversive, really. So there you go, a bit of background about Flying Pickets.
Yeah,
it's a very clever record.
It is. I got the same bit about Margaret Thatcher's favourite tune, as you said. They were actors that also sang. Harmonious vocals, a cappella, that's the word. I was thinking acoustic, that's not right. And yeah, they're supporting the miners' strike amongst other things. So when Margaret Thatcher turns out and says it's a favourite tune with everything she was doing for the miners, or not, as the case we all know back in the 80s, that was kind of ironic.
Yeah, they went on Top of the Pops dressed as Snowman. I remember that Christmas 1983. They said it wasn't intended as a Christmas hit, but they said our version does have a festive vibe somehow. I'm not sure about a festive vibe, but it's still on at Christmas. They do play it on the Christmas kind of music channels still, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They only had one more top 40 hit, of course, When You're Young and in Love. The band, however, featuring none of the original members, do still perform live today. I
read that, but there's absolutely no original members still, is there? It's like the name lives on, but
it's like the brush of the guy in All Fools and Horses.
Trigger.
He's still got the same brush, just a different handle and a different stick. But some of the original members went on to star in Doctor Who, Harry Potter, Neighbours, Coronation Street, and Emmerdale. So they've all had a variety of success, one way or the other. Continued.
That's right, go on.
So, Chris, what was your favourite track off side 1?
That is well, I think as a 39-year-old that I would say Michael Caine, Madness, which surprises me to say that because it probably would have been Hold Me Now, Thompson Twins, Matt Bianco I was thinking, but no, I think Madness, Michael Caine. I think my worst would be Carmel, More.
Okay. That does surprise me what you say about Michael Caine, because you said a few minutes ago, obviously, that it was a track that you didn't discover until much later on into their career. But it's obviously grown with you and stuck with you.
What about you?
For me, my favourite, I've seen a lot of bands live over the years. There's probably 2 bands that I regret not having the opportunity to see in their original lineup. The Queen would be the big one who start this off. I've seen them a couple of times since. Brian May and Roger Taylor out on tour with Adam Lambert, but there's no one like Freddie Mercury, is there?
No.
As for lead favourites, before I listened to the album, I was sort of thinking, right, it's probably going to be between Matt Bianco and Carmel. However, I considered Matt Bianco's got some similarities in sound to Level 42, who are was the first band I ever saw live and a band I still like, and so therefore I'm going the same as yourself, Carmel.
That's interesting.